So there's this crazy misconception that free plugins are cheap and low quality.
Cap.
Some of your favorite records have been crafted with the help of free plugins. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a couple beats that I made using only free and super low budget plugins. I'm going to show you guys how to get fire results without breaking the bank. And just to make it interesting, we're not only using free tools, we're going to be using stuff that's close to $0 as possible. So even if you got $1 in your pocket, you can still make something shake. Majority of this beat was only used with 2 plugins, Zenology and Labs by Spitfire, 2 free plugins. Let me break it down. So I started off with this piano and dropped these chords. So these are 2 pianos layered. I used the mono piano in Zenology in the factory library, which comes with the free version of Zenology. And then I used the autographed grand piano, which is free in Spitfire Labs. Next I went in Zenology and I dropped these pads, same chords. And then I dropped these other pads with another Zenology preset, all from the factory library. So this is really just the main meat and potatoes with the chords that I played out. After that, I added this bass. And again, that comes out as Zenology. That's the 3rd preset. You just gotta find good sounds that work together and tweak them just a little bit in the editing tab. The bass is the glue, and I wanna emphasize sound selection in a few once I break all these layers down. The next thing I added was this lead. And boom, comes out as Zenology. It's the very first preset out of the factory presets. Once I have like the main elements and the bass to glue it together, that ear candy really does like just make it a little bit more atmospheric, especially when you're working with pads. And then I drop this lead. Listen, I played all of these on this. Fairly simple, but it gets the job done. I'm not including that. That's not, I just use that as a MIDI, so that's not cheating. You can still make these same leads by going up here and then changing to the scale and then just playing it on the laptop keyboard. All together, it sounds like this. Shit make me feel like I'm on like a private plane, just looking out the window, just ready for success. Like some like boss talk type of shit. The only other sound that I added was this lead right here. This is why sound selection is so important. Look at all these sounds. They're not even in the mixer. Nothing is in the mixer. So let's move on to the drums. That knock. Something simple. I'm gonna play this beat from here to here, and then I'll break down the next beat, which has a lot more free plugins. Zenology is great, it's free, but they do have paid tiers, so if you guys want more sounds and expansions, I think it starts from like $5 up to like 10 or 15. A lot of these sounds come bone dry, so definitely add some modulation and some reverb just to kind of elevate it a little bit more. Everybody already knows about Labs by Spitfire. If you haven't, you're probably living under a rock. There's a ton of unique sound banks that are free, so it's a mix of like stuff you've heard before and stuff that you've never heard before. It's high quality sounds and a ton of free banks. I definitely recommend you go check that out. So now let's get into this next beat. Okay, so majority of this beat is from Spitfire Labs and 2 other plugins. Actually, I kind of lost count, but it's a couple other plugins. You'll catch them when you catch them. I'll call them out. So let's break this beat down. So the first thing I started with was these strings from Spitfire Labs. Next, I had these strings. Next was these keys. And that came out of the tape piano bank, free as well. I use the felt cassette. If you mess with the stability knob, you get that like dirtier sound. Next was this whirly. And this one came out of the electric piano bank. I actually use this preset a lot because to me it sounds really, really good. Now the Rhodes is exactly why I say it's important to tweak your sounds. Listen to this before and after. It just gives it a little bit more grit. Let me break down the free plugins that I use for the sound as well as the effects. So for the sound, I just used the Nothing But cabinet out of the Vintage Keys. Now the first effect that I used was halftime. Now before you kill me, I did say it would be as cheap as possible. Brother, it is only $12. That's cheaper than a Big Mac. Hold on. It is only $12. That's actually cheaper than a Big Mac meal. And this shit gives you high cholesterol. So which one is a better deal? This is probably the only plugin that you'll throw like a couple dollars at most. It's $12, fam. It ain't that deep. You could use Gross Beat if it's really a necessity. Next effect that I use was Valhalla Supermassive. Great, effective. Love this plugin because it's free and it introduces modulations and delays. So it gives it a little bit more texture to any sound you put it on. Ozone Imager. I don't know why anybody would pay thousands of dollars for Imager. Maybe in the line of work that they do, like scoring movies. But for what we do, just get Ozone Imager 2. It's free. And the last plugin that I used was Tape Cassette 2 by Calum Audio, which is kind of like a fake RC20. It doesn't sound as great as RC20, but it gets the job done. All these other plugins are free. The only other plugin that I use that might cost is the LA2A by UAD. But honestly, to shoot me some bail, if you sign up for these company emails, they give you free stuff like every 3 months. And I actually got this for the free. So finesse when you can. Finesse when you can. The next thing I added was these pads. This sound came out of another free VST that I always talk about, and it's called Syntronik 2. I talk about this plugin way too much, but it's great for analog emulation. Plus, they give you all of these keyboards that are modeled after iconic synths, so you should have no problem with it. The free version only gives you like 100 sounds, but in my opinion, that's definitely worth it because it's free and it's quality. And they give you free banks if you sign up for their mailing list. You just gotta check your email from time to time. And the last sound that I used was this bass. And this is another free VST called Moto Bass 2. It's out of the same company as Syntronik. Definitely a good bass in my opinion. They just give you limited options, but you can kind of finesse it. I just put some simple drums on it. Altogether, it sounds like this. So there you have it. I proved to you guys that free does not mean cheap sounding. You can still make some high quality stuff with free plugins. It's really all in how you use it. Remember, all of these are tools that just help you express your creativity. And if you make something trash today, just continue to put the hours in, and I promise you, you'll make something good sounding eventually. And if you ever need a reminder that it's all mindset, this guy's whole career proves it. That's a fact. And yeah, make sure you guys go pick up Labs by Spitfire Audio. It's available on Splice. And let me know down in the comments what else you guys want to see, and I'll do my best to make it happen. My name is Isaac Duarte, and I will catch you guys next time.